Here we go. Much better. Whew. Okay. So, just doing my setup really quick. Yeah, be like, give me a second. Oh, that's my microphone. You're not meant to fall away. Why are you doing this? I have no idea. Alright, much better. Whew. Might not be able to modify the other guests over. Oh, that's not a problem. Here we go. The freezing miracle by that. Oh my god, I wish we could swap. Let's swap immediately, please. I am like dying. Like actually just so fucking dying. Glorious 3 AC power. Well, I don't have one. I just actually am fucking dying. Invest into one, maybe for Mitsubishi. I don't know if I could just like have one on, you know what I mean? I don't know if that just works. I mean, I would if I could. That she. Time to kill some legendary corpus? I don't know what we are killing. We are finding out now. Yeah, we're finding out now. Wait, support, let's go. Where's Rian's song? There you go. Actually, wait, we don't want to do that. We want to get some suck in here, I think. Here we go. Yes. Like, it doesn't have to run the entire day. You can just set it a day for fresh time. Just have it off. I mean, dude, that's not how this works in Germany. It's currently 40 degrees. Hey, taking up. Hey, guy, Giant Game Grant. Hi, mom. There's a call aura. I don't have any. I know I'm feeling the 40-degree entire. I have to grab something from the god Labao. Hello, my favorite spider. How are you? I'm good. That's how everything's been living in my life. My photographs too. So this is Scope 2, right, huh? I just remember, this is not my homeland, but the sights are much too hideous compared to what rests in my memoirs. Well, I mean, yes, there's a distortion, mister. Hideous was out. When we emerged from the entrance of the dungeon at Escorp Street, while Gideos was a distorted and eerie scenery, I wouldn't be surprised to find an Escorp-themed haunted mansion. Okay. There's a place hardly fit for human habitation. Far more delimited than once expected. Thou say that people inhabit these lands for truth? We're the motherfucker. No, it's Korea. Korea doesn't have rice fields, they have rice terraces. Really? I think that's a cool vibe. I just looked at it. Okay. Wipes my foot. I don't think I'll be able to sleep in here. The lives of the downtrodden were beset by 1,000 woes and tenfold more struggles, and the streets they inhabit reflect that reality. Hongyang Bokkak Lima. Oi! Oh god, okay, wait, sorry. That goes at the Hall of Fame. That is so fucking good. Hongyang Bokkak. Oh my god. That is such a top 12 fucking comment, dude. What the hell? The streets of... Many times I complain consternation how these fools here even have the will to live. No, they don't. The shadow had begun to honk his face, still lingered on as he looked around. If the distortion reveals the feathers of this it gets into, as King has said, perhaps this is how his scope is reflected in Kim's eyes. On the days when the skies were spotless blue and without orders from the counselor, I would scale the roof on that touch-roofed house and steal the rustle beneath my back as I lay upon it. I thought it to be my respite solely mine, yet in this mirrored world another has walked here before my arrival. I joined by looking up that thatched roof of the choker. Beneath it, a weak tunnel I've passed, and now I witness myself before the one who shot strike the head from my torso. There's a figure standing tall next to the building, staring defiantly up the moon towards the mountain's ground roof. I'm Gyong Eop. Are you home? Are you home, I asked. What a strange visit. Holy shit! Could have maybe stepped on the unique facade of my mother. Look at this! That is not how I remember him looking. Welcome me at the front gate if you come seek the master of the house. Do you not like a dog barking up the wrong tree? It's unbecoming. A dog? Really now? I can see you up there lounging on the roof. I'm not going to speak to the door like I'm blind. As the spell sought by befallen the day. There's such an odd occurrence that spies twice successive. The work of the bewitching spirit, I must say. Oh hey, that's Romania-headed Romania-headed Kim! So, the bewitching about checking in on someone. Isn't it odd that a high and mighty noble military commissioner of our esteemed corporation would come in person to simply check in our lonely mercenary affairs? You know me? Haha, she certainly knows her jests. She marches forth, vested in war-straight armor, yet expects no violence. She wields a two-handed great blade like a demonic yaksha, and yet harbors no hostile intent. Why, who else might she be but Military Commissioner Gyong-up and the principal of the famed family? You're certain of the habit of speaking in hyperbole. I'm not so noble that I deserve to be complimented with an epitaph subscribed as the principal. Ah no, not a compliment, you see, Commissioner. It's a rhetorical technique known as a backhanded compliment, in which I damn you with praise, for you are so bound by your precious principles that you would rather be unreasonable than betray them. Oh, it's Romania, alright. Does an officer rank second ordinance have no wit to engage in such banter? Why am I out of the line, as they say? You two are friends, right? This was our first meeting, so no, not at that precise moment. Lamau! I know, I'm just saying that if I were here, I would never let myself become friends with you after such a bad first impression. You know what, Ishmael? Fucking same. Can't imagine becoming friends with someone who keeps pushing my buttons. Hiya. Hey, Poison, I just met Romania-headed Kim. Maybe people do find friendship in such personalities as they have a taste for prickliness. Hello, bamboo-headed Kim Kardashian. This is S-Corp is just Hong Yuan Bokak. I stole that joke from the Man Universe. You got a friend in us, don't you? Oh, fine, you have a point. I guess you have a habit of pushing people's buttons too. But still, I hope you're not seriously comparing the way you talk to the sassy gotcha-digging pun-riddled. Waiting, a small bit to boast the art of Madame Spider. Okay. Well, the world we live in is vast and diverse. One considers yourself lucky that you are surrounded by so many quirky characters. I'm not a big-headed compliment. It's the same luck that she took the joke rather well, then respond by trying to cut off my head. We are the back in the freaking China, Japan. No, this is Korea. You are out of line, yes, but I knew you would be, so I don't take issue with it. Though I must admit the rules of a sharp tongue do you no justice. The streets speak of a man called Bamboo Rain Head. Himlap, a man who once had intent to pursue the path of the brush, only to realize that since his fall has exiled himself to back streets. Once again, I've lost our humanitarian rights. True and real. Yet with the ship power of work, with the teeth and scarred heart, that he find the perfect sword in another way into the nest, as the right state councillor so unguarded that. What's here, isn't it? Although superlatives yet the relative is that I merely found the path of the man butchery as a viable way of life. Like any compliment you have towards the right state councillor, if you will. And I'm a butchering blade that happens to fall into the right hands. Ah, yeah, not a compliment, just a word on the streets. Ha, you're a quick learner. Just spare me the fancy of reading my name. What you pretend that pompous posturing comes natural is painful enough already. Keep it simple, spit it out as Bamboo-headed Kim, thank you. Don't have to begin with. Ayo? True. Haha, and also continue to veer away from line. I'd rather be a corpse cold and dead than stay in line. Have a shred of mercy on me, you mighty one. I'd come all the way here just to punish you for every little misdeed and menace I would have hated you out and split in two. The really ways before this riveting dialogue brought you as far. So feel safe to continue traipsing outside the line, but return. Would you answer a few of my questions? I've been watching you from a distance for a while now, and really? Stalking someone's not very principled of you. Oh! You sure she didn't give you a good wallop after that? Nope, truly a mystery, isn't it? Besides, she didn't give you a free rein to continue. Are they fucking dating? Is this the woman that Engdu can't have? Is Engdu the daughter? Could be daughter. She's about as unhinged as both of them. But you're traipsing outside the line. I couldn't be looking to turn down such an offering kindness, not that I ever do. You should have a way with words. A way of finding a way into the listener's skin, huh? Perhaps, yet, such a jibes not be expected from fellowship of the close mutual bond? Hello, hi Marks. They don't look like friends yet, though. So get to ask why I should be watching you. Ah, I was engaged in my age-old pasta of throwing rocks. Oh, you speak a game of rock tossing, suck John. Save them for the rest who's down. I was throwing rocks, but the... Bamboo had a shit poster. File D, what's a wrong deed, good sir? I suppose it is. The people of bone and flesh in particular found it to be distasteful. They did not let the discontent be hidden. But the blood of the downtrodden shit me on to a degree. They found it cathartic. Who curious it then right deed or not right? Yo, Sal, what the hell does it know describing? Yes, I should have been safe. It's a well-known truth that Escop is known by its other name, Salpipieo Agro Industry. Salpipieo! A big specialized in the general agriculture livestock industry of the city. The vastness and the depths of its responsibilities have necessitated such division of labor. Thus, this unites are split into three core circles outside of the different speeds of the industry. Salpi and Piero, each meaning flesh, blood, and bone. Ah! Wield by Sal, named by Piero. Sal responsible for the provision of rice and grains, Piero responsible for meat of livestock, and Piero in charge of the technology and speed of both. Okay. And as a scientist and researcher who once told Escop, you must have felt the persecution the P faced firsthand. It is believed that the Trinity was designated for balance, that they would provide assistance when requested and keep each other in check when needed. There was a promise of cultivating a fair and sustainable Escop. Alas, the noble intention of yesterday, year now lies sullen, and the Trinity now degraded to three crawling bands of profiteering blinding by avarice. Wielding not an honor but betrayal and the perfidy to claim the tropes of the Triangle. An adherent to the flesh claims the position of the chief state council and monopolizes rights as common folk staff. Hereby try to claim your PPL. True. And the adherents of the bow wants the rights to the councillor, Toadies, to Sal, and rises the seat of the left state councillor. With such a shameless conspiracy permits the common folk to even lift the land as they please, anguish cries of the suffering flood the streets. Thus, the common folk are reduced to livestock bleeding out, hanging from a hook, while bone and flesh collude like they are of the emancipated dead. Who shall claim the severance of flesh and bone and force them both to yield? Uh-huh. Oh, it only mentions the soul circles of the that didn't like her, not the common folk. Well, common folk can't help. You know? They are commoners. And of art poem when walking the streets of Escop. Oh ho! Then the people who draw as target with the rocks were they? Weren't people rats? Rats? Oh yes, because I find rats detestable. Much better to stop them from distance if you want to crush them. By any chance, did you smash up ever sneak into royal court to better pilfer what the common folk rightfully deserve? Certainly suffer from a severe case of kleptomania. Huh. So you purposely threw rock at his feet to trip him to the ground, knowing that he was a kleptocrat. A kleptocrat, huh? I simply could not help but react as such in the presence of scurrying rats. Is that auto find funny? Speaking of do, I could use love about right now. It's just hardly expressing my gratitude, that is all. Those whose grudges revealed ought to be readily deceived at the scarlet order bonds. The guard to scamper away with the expensive prosthetic. My men were having some troubles apprehending them until now. Well, if that's your intent, you're invited to leave a token of gratitude somewhere in the vicinity. Perhaps I'll happen to pick it up. Wouldn't want to get thrown in the dungeons teeming with real vermin. Oh, I was going to do just that. So when you stop being a sword and be human again? What? When do you clock out? The way I see it, you're not the kind of person who will ever let a drop of liquor get to his tongue while a dutiful right state councillor. Holy cuteness! What the hell? Return this to this choga when you're human again. I'll buy you a drink as thanks. Ah! She's a funny one, huh? Mentor, but then this fellow you had often mentioned Fondy was? Correct! Haven't I mentioned her a few times, this drinking fellow I had left behind in Escop? Aww. Woman take that. She looked a little bit like Korean Shiloh. But except less bunny. I must say, what is it with Kim liking the brown-skinned people? Because I don't mind that. I genuinely think we need more brown-skinned, like, hot characters, and this game has them in spades. Unstable passive. Nah, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't the nijisanjien, the holoid this person? I must say, I found myself in a relationship with the tree with the commission of the sci-fi she would fraternize with the bodyguard of Rightsy Counselor, who was on the B faction. Still, I knew not that fellow was none other than a military commission of the S-Corp. Agdu's head gone white in shock, the voice rising unconsciously. Still no idea you have heisted the second ordinate officer, and it was covered over high-ranking police in the West Wing at that. Well, I was in service with Riot State Counselor, who's first ordinate, you know? Well, that might be true, I guess. That you wouldn't know why I was such a powerful friend by my side and ended up an extra horoscope. Yes, our science over the matter of such great import is why I've come to introduce you to others as the reticent one, mentor. You have made the lineage our home. Horoscope have had no home for us but the lineage. But you, mentor? I don't think either of them know about it being a blood pig, but I don't know how that's relevant. So if that's relevant in any way, shape, or form, you may now stop talking. I'd rather show than tell. Let us proceed, shall we? The enchanted place seems to tend to unearthing all of my past, but several others are real. All shall be revealed in due time. Kim looked around, twinge of loneliness inside before moving on. We followed without a word. Mein Tag und meine Kamen für die erste Stelle was fett stiffling, aber it's tiny following, constant blah, what trudgery issues. Perfect smells of blood, the silent path, the platinum with loud sound of clashing swords. We take this one. Ah, red tassel. If target has one of my lower slash resistance. Okay, fair enough. We can probably just go fucking straight through then, huh?
이번에도 치령의 뜻은 본인과 같군.
I went to you fish it. I didn't see it. Oh no, I'm just saying. I'm a lady, by the way. I'm just saying if that's like something I should know but don't, then that's probably perfect possibility now to not talk about it much more. That's just me like saying it. I didn't know if that was true. Just, you know, I pointed it out. Oh Jesus. Hey, that's Kim. Yeah? Yes, so.
당신을 죽여라 절규하는 내 모든 시간들의 아우성이.
누군가의 죽음을 마주하며 제가 느껴야 했던 나중에 애써 무덤을 지르는
어중간한 예술.
이제 여러분의 가슴 아프게
나도 반드시 숨이 다들 태우네.
펫에게 치명적인 현상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
그려는
Man, 50 minimum roads do kinda suck, I'm gonna be honest. On enemy roads, I mean.
워크율차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동에 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
Hey, there must purple skills in BL Sinclair S3. I don't have V3 Sinclair S3. Also, S1 clashing like a monster is crazy. Oh shit! I actually failed that, so I got claim the bone stuff. That's cool. There's a lot of damage. What the hell?
정보통만이 가능한 업적이었겠죠.
이제야 회사가 정상으로 돌아갔네. 이번 제압은 끝이야.
너희들도 고생 많았어. 티페리트, 너도.
언젠가 우리도 모든 게 끝날 때가 오면 좋겠네.
그때가 되면 휴식을 기다리며 고향의 노래를 부르고 있겠지.
Oh, okay, well, shit. That was not intended. Oops.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
Those events have Kim reactions too. Well, oh shit, then I should probably read them. My bad. Ah shit, he didn't yield my flash good enough.
인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 성신합니다.
뜨거울 것 조금 많이 가져갈 수 없을 거다.
이쪽
생길 때 뭔가 기분 좋은 일이라도 있었던 거야.
하지 못하니 속을
영감이 떠올랐다.
매우 효과적인 청소입니다.
When the baboon Kim dies by breaking a taboo cause wants to record a tough edit of himself. Lemao. It just sounds so fucking stupid and funny at the same time. And also, he sounds like the kind of man that accidentally wouldn't do that, yes.
본인은 최선을 다했다고 말해주시게.
Like, he just does. That's just kind of how he is, isn't he? You want the sick frag montage.
죽음을 마주하며 제가 느껴야 했던 그럼에도 애써 내놓고 있도록 이제 여러분의 죽음 가슴 아프게 괜찮이 좋습니다.
Whew. I did this on my trip because I don't remember these enemies at all. This is the Dungeon of Fathoms. Like, at the end of the dungeon, I mean.
숨 타지 뱀.
제압 효과가 굉장히 좋았어. 기록적인 피해를
숨
입은 것 같아.
타지 뱀.
숨기기 조용해졌어. 조금 있다 째깍째깍 해줘야 돼.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색처럼.
Oh, you got healed by flash. That's good. Oh my god, he has a bit over 1000 HP. That's crazy. Holy, what the fuck? I did not know that YMF is this strong. Oh yeah, I told the win rate. That's probably why. Oh, that's also probably why, yeah.
효율적인 청소였으나
The only reason I'm not win rating is because I want Vshojo to kill the other HOS members. Also, I didn't know that HOMF does this much. That's quite a bit, actually. Oh, Jesus.
이 순간이 다다. 배운 일이야.
자세가 멀어졌네.
이것 봐. 환상체를
I'll be doing better, not dying because of the heat. I am absolutely dying because of the heat. I don't know how else to put it, brother.
많았어. 티페리트,
Trying really hard not to, but I am absolutely dying to the heat, yes.
모든 게 끝날 때가 오면 좋겠네.
그때가 되면 휴식을 기다리며 고향의 노래를 부르고 있겠지.
Claim that we are the prisoner's guard. Keep your eye on the prisoner. Unsheath our weapons. Stand ready for battle. Instead of chatting with us. Would you care to explain who they are and what happened? It is pertaining to Cobb's lone dad. I don't have an AC, I'm German. Welcome to not AC land.
착수.
It says continuable after this normal node. That bothers me. No, it can't be. My life is exchanging memories I had recorded different. Alas, Kim can't stop with a grim look on his face. Again, I'm returned to this day. Suppose dropped to the same morose pitch we had had before. Mentor, I've been here before. Ah, have you? Had I peek into my memories when I distorted it, yeah? Haha, I must say, it's a business of my deepest darkest secret revealed like that. To give sheepishly as though he cleared the air, it was become rather clear to me that he was doing. It was flippant demeanor and seemingly devil-may-care attitude where no mask to hide the true lights in his heart. But this must be, indeed, the right state counts as a state. Someone whom I had protected, though was worth protecting. You could push the main gates and made his way into the front yard. Watch out, do take a start step over, you might trip. I don't know who Joe is either. Ugh, there were bodies splayed over the yard, I couldn't stare counting at them. I felt watching after the carnage. Some were decapitated, some were torsos split diagonally, and some of them were mangled. I couldn't even hardly tell which part belonged to whom. That's very funny, yes. Well, that's not a good kind of feeling what to be honest spiders can speak temperature of 7, but I'm not. Have you beaten the refraction where we're at? Which refraction? Oh, you mean 6? Yeah, I have. What am I doing? There's an entire stream for the 6, and multiple streams actually. I sense temperature estate, yes, you're looking at what reminds of them. So at the moment to glimpse it, I clearly remember the escort logos I saw in escort Phantom looked like. These are the copies of where not adorned with the same logo. But why do I keep calling them assassins? In this curved land, writes the constant life was always because the candlelight in the tempest. It is the fate of all those who have the guts to speak the truth in this corp, where positions of influence are hoarded by the corrupt sycophants who have choked hold on power with the ironclad. The most prominent among them, the left state councillor, within the chief state's council blessing, sought to wield his own private army to silence forever the tongues of those who would advocate against the corrupt. Private army, but they are probably no homeland, so they're kind of like how the Great House of each have their own armies. Similar to what's happening, but not exactly. If S-Corp circumstances were to be explained to player teams, it would be akin to such a generation company with employees outwardly appear to be all working for the same site, is in fact fractured within, with certain departments pledging allegiance to a different individual than the chief executive. What assassins here had been in the past, at least, were masked to hide their allegiances. I thought this was no difference, though the assassins were significantly less invested in maintaining disguises. The reason I had just placed my stones inside the tires more. Looking at the yard teaming with assassins, I recalled thinking it just good how many of them had been sent. Though the left council's power had grown to loom over that of the king, I should have realized how ridiculous such brazen attempts of the life of one of the triumvirate consuls at the royal court would have been foolish. But I have failed you, Counselor. And I return for consumer pizza. Welcome back. There were simply too many of them, as though I have to say the Counselor, they're trying. It was soon overwhelmed, and so often eventually managed to get around me by reaching Counselor's bedchamber. The moment I heard the breaching door, as if left me and fell to my knees. I came lip, I'm a boss, they have failed you. Knew who the author of the Vshojo was, the left seat Counselor. Let this be my final activity, depart this life. I'm too eager to the person who carry your will, Counselor. What I can do is plant the seeds of terror in the hearts of the unjust, if only to shackle the blackest hearts to the commitment of greater misdeeds. I shall go before the villain who contrived this betrayal and see that the flavors reclaimed steel. Only by such vengeance shall the constable as last close his eyes in the grave. Or so I had thought. Creek? What? Greetings on the bodyguard of Right Council. I see that you have been hard at work. Accursed parasites! I have to play your life, which one's son or me. Come, Gal, you have to show your face here. Oh, here, you mean the home of the Honorable Rights Council who toils day and night in service of the Royal Court? I know there since to be land by the left chat council. Get out of my way. I shall collect your head once my task over. Alas, alas! This unsightly display of anger shames us all. Are those all who live by the sword as uncouth as you? The cruelty of your damning words is an impression upon the decent man myself. The mosquitoes are like Paul Logan. No, they're not. Just arrested my butcher. What? The accused shall heed his crime. Some moment ago, an anonymous soldier threatened to take the life of the revert. Whence the constable after the royal court. And the audacious contumelious effrontery is wanted not to the royal court, but to the heavens and men alike. The revered left councillor, who has long been in disagreement with the rights of councillor or the maid of state, found his offense to be heinous that he had personally commanded his men to protect the political enemy on that day to rid of the latter. Huh? Yeah, the tragedy has struck. All whose lives were sent to protect the one councillor are slain. The bravery and justice of their noble heart trampled upon the ground by this villain. And now the villain promised death to yet another pillar of the royal court. Thus we are to perforce to arrest the criminal and charge the rule of law. The sports senseless drivel. I saw your men make away to the council's bedchamber with a blade strong. The councillor, might you be looking at rights of council here alive and well? My lord? Perhaps you should have known where not to stick your nose. Do you really think you could overcome the entire private army left to the council by service? You sent so many of us men to their deaths just to lure me into the trap. Why? Now, don't take this as a compliment. You're not even the epic spirit of Homeland. You're the Cloudblade, but you have rather been a rigorous obstacle to execution for my plans. Couldn't get you through with the first thing on my plan, but you're constantly getting in my way, keeping you nicely locked up and out of trouble. That can't be. But it's worth it, man. I'm sorry. I've come to realize the error of my ways. The truth is, Jurassic is at least a pond of turbid water. There's those like us who had stirred the dirt from this bed and turned cloudily. Fearing the worst, we have arrived to protect the worst state of Counselor. 1,000 curse upon the villain, and the rest for the right Counselor's life. The butcher's man has already watered the ground where Escop's labor us, the very lifeblood that runs in the veins of the monster Syrian wing. Few rocks that pessimized Lamau. Everyone believed it was the Counselor, I don't get it. The chocolate-hearted villain is no longer the South Counselor got Kimlip one. He knows a villain, Han Hobei. And let our bonds take you. Fallen far, my friends. Who were you once considered a candidate to the hunger of Onijapan? And would that the brand of no be sapping your strength? Even your mastery of the blade will only die. Are you here my executioner gearing up? I hadn't received the orders to behead you, if that's what you're asking. Nor would I befit some of my station to sully my hands with executioners dirty. How will you live on now? I don't know, the council has abandoned me, there's no path forward. Shall PPR agro-industries and smoke up their effort when the court, this is where the game ends. Time to resign my stone. Indeed it is. Why are you freeing me? Once a game has been lost, you start a new test other gambits in the next round. Why don't you stop playing this unfair game where the opponent always starts with stones placed on all 9 star points on the board? And find a place where you can begin a new and equal standing. As soon as you realized it was you who threatened me, they'll come after you. It's okay. Unlike someone who made a fool of himself and fled after passing the royal examinations, I have the royal court's backing as its military commissioner. My position in the court isn't so fickle that they would cast me down right just because I go someone like you. You're a branded criminal in the eyes of the royal court, you are as good as inconsequential. I'll report that even if you were to flee, you would still be nothing more than a plaything in the palm of their hands. I think you had a kind of going against your own principles. Some things can't be done without bending a rule of two, and you are needed. Escop's future is in need of those who are less bound by expectations like yourself. Besides, it's not the rules I stand by, it's my own principles. Say I owe you a token of gratitude, didn't I? Consider a settlement of that. Then to vengeance. After all, share common equality. They are both debts to be repaid. Cheer up. Come with me. There's no left for Escop. You said yourself, didn't you? We'll never win as long as we play in the red game. Listen, they might have 9 stones of vengeance over you, but to me it's small as 3. I managed to keep my finger out of pulse. Besides, change doesn't always come from the outside. The wisdom says to catch a tiger must be entered its den, but wouldn't it help to have an ally waiting on the tiger's den to pick you up when the time comes? There, hold on, your dawn's severed. Go now. Go and build your strength beyond the walls of Escop, yet beware of relying overmuch on foreign powers. I don't have it in me to take such a grand purpose. I'm done with Escop. You know how I am. I just go with the flow. Yes, yes, do as you will. Go with the flow wherever I want to be. But I'm just hoping the currents of the river would someday bring you back to Escop. That's all. They should just kiss. I think they should. So I had the left the rig game and records after with Stella. The laying of the stones on my board was always full of holes and mistakes. I joined the blade lineage, became the mentor, dragged them into the library until eventually I cut those who the place that favored me, except the feeding move after the feeding move. The op had let me go. I thought I could escape the Tigers more, but I let the game progress at the flow and come to realize my life endless sequence of connect and dies. It was a losing play from the start. Just as the distant human began to like wildfire. Those in the attack of the blade lineage one by one leap over the wall and approach us. The joke was that they covered their faces to look like Backseating's mask. I don't get it. Like the position of Kim's Dark Phantoms, they are from his memories. Films photograph can summarize the impressions of the... Then they must be after. Yeah, Kim believes the blade to come back to life, they would want to kill him. Oh! I see, that makes way too much sense actually. But yeah, the art. Oh yeah, I'm going to check that out after the stream.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 상신합니다.
The one normal enemy level from Kanto 7 that almost everyone struggled with flashbacks. I don't remember which normal enemies I struggled at in Kanto 7. I don't think any.
매우 효과
Perfect, the enemy levels were reduced. Oh, well, that makes a lot more sense then.
해당 행동에 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있습니다.
I thought I was just being too good again, like always.
여기가 네 약점인가?
저희를 해야 될 수 없다면 그 용도를 본다는 것이 상책이지.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데서
Difference TBH since we are just level 60. Okay.
이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
I mean, now I don't know, so I don't care.
이 순간이 다 태어나.
Too tired to think about what ifs and didn'ts, you know what I mean?
직전의 공격처럼
빠르게
개체에게
처리하지.
치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다.
있는 힘껏 찔러놓고 으껴놨지만 저것들은 언젠가 다시 재생하겠지. 내가 부서지고 파괴되어도 다시 교체되는 것처럼. 이 얼마나 완벽하게 그지없는 나만의 지옥인가.
미호스럽군. 마지막까지 발버둥 칠 수밖에.
Let me guess, all those levels in the earlier Kanto were just fight groups and groups of enemies like Kanto 1 to 5. Kanto 4 specifically was the filler Kanto, right?
제가 탈출했어.
I remember that's the filler Kanto. It was really bad.
너희들이 겁쟁이는 아니어야 할 거야. 머뭇거리다가 아차하는 순간 죽어버릴 직원은 필요 없거든.
If it's on a series. Oh, okay.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Well, I still don't know it then.
낫도 감같이 숨을 다하듯
Almost all series have filler though, or do I really misunderstand here?
배웠네.
Woo!
성공이야. 가령 신나. 노래 부를까?
내 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
쟤네 좀 봐. 속이 메스꺼워 보여.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Ooh.
판도는
빠르게
유리하나
처리하지.
도마는 뒤집어지는
그래서 어떠라는 거지? 있는 힘껏 찔러놓고
경계.
으껴놨지만 그걸
Alright.
죽었나?
Cool.
언젠가 다시 재생하겠지.
I think I don't actually like. It's still too warm for me to do the fucking mirror dungeon after this. I will be completely honest. I would rather rest and stream Persona a bit tomorrow. I'm gonna be honest. It is so warm. I want to kill myself. Like a prey baking on the cliff's edge, I left bereft of my past. My hand hesitates with no room to left to stone. Misjudgments bridge and the contemplations herald are mine indeed. Oh, that's my match to neutralize the one enemy combatant in the yard. Tell me, who's waiting for us in here? You should know the place and its enemies are position of your memories. Not the hardest guess to make, is it? Expect to find I'm Gyong up in here. Gyong up was a moment of loyalty principles. Even as military commissioner, she never stopped wanting to change the way the royal court was. But even she must have broken in the end. I scoured the newspaper and TV for anything I could find on Kurt's Intervallo, but it was plain as day that nothing had changed since my departure. I went to her. It's not that basis where I consider grounds controllably. Never you spoken about such monstrous one in the past. Thus, what lies beyond you is but a figment of social fiction upon your memories. Did this Gyong Up ever appear as Monster DOS mentor? No. Gyong Up wasn't like that. Gyong Up. Still this happy PO goes to deserves to die, but destruction is not the point. The point is that I want to be in a place where I can cut away the suburbs come to the end. Have it be a wing that cares for its common folk. If I didn't know better, I would have thought you were seeing this planter current escape. You know, that's not what I'm talking about. Just a wanderer floating on the river's flow where the currents take him. When the river bent at the wall, someone picked me up and made me a blade out of me. Once abandoned, turned the floor and found myself a mentor. Those who afforded the undeserved fate. And the world continues to wind, to carry me back to Escorp. Whence I fled, shall I let my blade sing in thine thoughts? You think I'm satisfied where I is? Whoever does this now goes against the principles. It's been better for some of your words. If you enjoy these principles so much, then why do you ask me to leave the game? Because someone has to stay behind and try to change them within the limits of the principles. I'd only hope that one of these bends in the river of yours would float back to knock the gears of Escorp once it was primed for change. Has that changed? What do you think? You at least seem to think that I have. Because you believe that I shall stand in your path. Stand in my path? That I stem the flow of this river or more. Very well. The law states that the denial of the will of the world causes a crime and of death by beheading. I, Im Jong Sob. This one looks like a pickle rig. Oh my fucking god, why did you have to say that? And sever the bots of rebellion before they propagate. So that's not the real Gyeong Im Sob, right? Imagined in Gyeong Sob, of course. That's a cool music break if I got it true. It's really good music, to be fair. Alright, now I got the passive ready. Hopefully fully on 100 stacks. We will see. No, not quite, but good enough. Yeah, better than nothing, really. Wait, only one stack? Oh shit, that didn't go too well. Never mind, it has to build with normal hits. I thought it was just the damage of the ego that counted for this, but I'm dumb. No, every single boss will have an ability that does 1 kid damage. I don't know, man. He was better than that at balancing. I would dare say this is going pretty fine for the starters. Player passives. Oh yeah, I should probably do this. Thanks for reminding me of that. Holy damage. 5 paralyzed next to him, that's crazy.
제약 배치액에 맞는 정상적인 공격을 잘했어. 디테리트 당연한 걸 한 것 가지고 굳이 칭찬할 필요 없어.
Whew.
정렬. 원수처럼.
This is multi-coin phase. We will find out.
내가 공부력 때문에 좀 특별히 자가당착으로다. 흔치 않은 기회니 이 팀의 승기를 붙이자꾸나.
Plus PPR H-Mates than during Magadin and Vescrop. This is too much reading for me right now. I'm way too tired for this. Sorry, we'll have to read this later once I have all of it unlocked at the same time. Which right now I don't. I'm too tired, like literally the heat is just killing my desire to like be useful. Like I just am literally too tired to function right now. Fight Sandy I knew it out mid-fight, but I didn't realize that it was low speed, so I had to leave and do it again. Wait, can't you just save the... Never mind. I don't think you can. You're right. Shit, that sucks. And indeed, this could be way easier though, depending on your team, right? Or is there like a mechanic I'm not really understanding yet? Alright, went space, let's go. I think this was part of the equipment in law. Ah!
어렵지 않지? 이미 관찰 기록이 있는 유형대로만 공격하면 되잖아. 관찰 기록이
Well, I mean, it's on her back. It's not really a shield. It could be a banner shield, you know?
목을 내놓고 있도록.
We'll figure it out, but I mean, it's more like I'm too tired to read them right now because of the heat. Whew. Like I basically I'm not really speaking even because I'm just like the heat is just ruining my like schedule. Oh shit! Season damage is all damage them.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 성신합니다.
Yeah, because I didn't have Yisang or Ma or Valencia already on this fight in this team because I don't have them, and I went with Mentor for the extra points for the event. I get like 2. It depends on how many like people from the House of Spiders you kill.
실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한번 뵙고
Did NPC can just yield my flash against the stayer enemy? That's so dumb. So I didn't know. Now you do. It depends on who you kill with the passive. blade was far beneath your seen and sea. Can you afford to look away at the duel? What are you doing? You'd rather look your sword with mine and parry that way. Can't have a proper sword fight without a blade lock though, huh? The duel between men of the snake and the military commission of the S-Corp is neck to neck, eyes of a cash. The two warriors will eventually lock the blades. A contest of might before it comes to a closer final bout, but the dust settles the mental license stands dead. If that is what you want, I'll grant it. Good, let's finish this. But boy, I came and go and implement for firebout and do a little bit between them. I do? Are you so ashamed that you would rather choose death of life, my Mentor? Are you so scared to live that you would rather die? Yes, I am scared. I am scared and terrified of my own audacity to live my days as though I had failed everything and everyone who had the misfortune to place a favor me. My mission, my honor, my fellows, as though the path is haunted by ghosts, as though I can't stand shamelessly before the watching eyes of the heavens. What have I done my life that was given to me? Blind to the rays of my homeland, I have served a master who choose politics over age and justice. I cut down my very fellows who choose to trust a fool like me. I thought she had no stay about. Yeah, it's one at the end. Yeah, well, it turns out that I did a lot of damage. I walked my entire life, the floors carried me, and when I finally had the minute to go back, I also have a blood red trace everywhere I had gone. It isn't about time I admit that this game cannot be won, that. Mentor, the Venus the Stake has failed your mission. The weakness in your position has failed your honor. The reason your heart has become the finished blade that cut your fellows. I thought you were to keep on living, yet you want to pay me so. The weakness of yours is this time that you will cast away your own created life? What weakness will you use this next Tuesday? Stop trying to bear responsibility, ask not of you. The Blade Ninja was never about responsibility, nor was it about you, Mentor. Or this overbearing girl help you overestimate your importance. I was saying, fellow travelers in the same boat will aid one another, and the single soul demanded that of you. How about kicking a man while he is down? And I have had enough of the lurking of yours. We all have. Do you truly believe that not a single one of us picked up on the fact that all the levity was a means of relieving yourself of the burden you had cast upon your own shoulders? That was I demanded some possible feat from you. What was it that you've always said to describe yourself? That your butchering blade wields not itself, but true wielded by willing hands. Why, Mentor? I know not what kind of shame or responsibility me to ask, but do you? Because you fail to see any. The shame does not subside still, then shroud your face with that bamboo head of yours and live on. Live on, so may you repay your debts. Out of blades, out of arrows. Even the heart that sought the death lies feet on their feet. There's no stone left for my gambit. There's nothing more. Ah, indeed. Perhaps it was time I murdered. Does my retreat from the city Game of Thrones have become a fiend of blades? But no, that's not what I said. Interesting. Hence, did you hear that poem? Yes, when in a bamboo head is like an unladen ship. And you and young Sop were knocked away from Bamboo Head came as though bounced off by invisible force. Came as guess to me at the empty air as though someone were there. A whole lot has given slips. We know who he's talking to. Angela, he's the sorting! But your last move was not a good one indeed. I did wish to become the blade. Then what did you do? Forge me to an inscrutable one that leads blindly into fiend for both. It seems that in your excitement you have concerned yourself with the last move. Well, it seems like I have had an opportunity. You bloody vested ego! But try something different this time. Ah, we're not vexed by this round, as you say. We never know what next game would be. You see, you're manifesting ego! To show you other bits of your advice. But let us play my roots for today. No, he's manifesting ego! He ain't distorting. I think that's in the fluorescence, perhaps. Yes! You're not certain indeed. Yet I've trusted the words of my last remaining follower have also reached your ears, huh? And but the true wielding by willing hands, never in my life has ever been certain. I do not know whether this move is not certain means by defeat, but I will desire to be a victor's stone nonetheless. Thank you. I will take the encouragement I can. Kryptonaut. A bit embarrassing to change my stance now, but now fight to live, and I suppose you will be okay with that, of course. Hide from the heaven's gaze that I wore. Ah, because someone must have... No, every Intervallo game is like a fucking ego though. I know you both, I brought my friends along. Would have loved it to start again and killed Eo, but it turns out we have actually have to fight some wolves and no sans now. The bamboo veil drifted from shore to shore. With wine, I donned my hat to watch rooms throng. The move I docked stared to shroud my own door. So with this bamboo hat to veil my brow, though winds and rain my rage, I shall not row. Hi to me, bamboo head one, speak your name, for I find you out dubious of character. I am he who has mentored the lineage of blades to its premature end. I am he who has sought to bring salvation to the downtrodden, to no avail. What to call a man who has failed that has burdened himself in the world? How a name a man who has failed to bear the weight of the world? There is none. So call me bamboo-headed Kim. Bamboo-headed Kim, the treasonous wretch. Who claimed what's true? And now he finds out that that was the real Aang and he just killed his only fucking friend. Ooh, that would so fucking suck. Still, because Kim has managed to face his own past. Perhaps from Mr. Bowblade. And soon of it, Fenris Shun was in beneath it. The resident of backstreets have blissfully hikes from their uncanned experiences, and the man who's watching them with disapproval. But why? Why is everyone running away from all this? A baker is surrounded by the smell of freshly baked bread. A philosopher who makes lovely bouquets for graduating youngsters. A photographer who captures sights to remember. They're all of our lives of experiences. You want to be a billionaire with excellent mention in nest, and a fixer who can make his niggas cow in field by just going on a stroll? What do you get from those cans? It's not real. Is everything in your life all of this just empty means and ends so you can get high on fake, which has experience native or can? If that's all your life is, then my life and the photographs have taken I've all... No, it can't be. My life. The experience memories of photographs are different. Not blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience. But okay in the world and the real thing, it's where you're floundering, grasping at illusions. So let me show you the things I've shot. The memories, experiences, the reality of our lives. I was only passing by, but I got some grimace as golden must have face. I reflect upon the events of today, and I could at least begin to guess as to why it may. You don't believe there are any experience that either can experience, or that the guy's photographs do you old. Because experience memories aren't the same thing. What really distinguishes them, I wasn't sure. Correct, manager. But what I knew was the distinction was, for whatever reason, important to Mersault. Yep. Huh? I think I mentioned the human story for Predactor. He must be distortions. And next to him, I don't know if he's something of the stream of armor. Blimey, what, this thing is still alive? It's but an overlay of heavens created with social place. The concept of life and death had little meaning for such a thing. It must be distortion's power waning. Hark, accused one, for these are your crimes. The crime of fomenting chaos of foreign wing while presenting Shonu cons of shipbuilding industries, the crime for the unfathoms, and though it bought part of a reenactment, a person rating a military commission of the kingdom without royal decree, pursuant to law of the homeland, they accused the sentence death by beheading. And before we even had the chance to step in or anything, a famed merch-like warrior brought down the sword to the docographer's neck, decapitating him. Oh shit! What is that? Can an entity of the Federal stay outside of it? Such a sentence death for ever been observed, but it is happening right now, right before us. I can only say yes. Young Op is a woman of principle. She would have done the same to the bitter end had she truly been here. So you can get a second dramatic for Limao. As the body of the inflection point comes to the floor, the young subshifts the world of reality and we found herself back in the projection room, and there? Oh right, don't tell me the other corpses. We found a large group of injured and corpse staff thrown pell-mell about the room, and Erza, who was looking like the headless body of a docographer. Well, I would say yes. He is literally just Mr. Gets his head chopped off guy. He got his head chopped off. That's all he is. Give me this. I have to do more. Guys, oh my god, am I tired? Whoopsie daisy, Mao. Oh wait, there's another note. Did I forget one? Oh, I did. The subject. Okay, we read this one, then we go bad. Ropong Lu, they knew what they were doing. Hot? Yep, right, got the team that's essential put on. Good work, guys. Turning read it back, also commanded us to a relieved voice. The station has special the mission. Will that not cause trouble? Yeah, that kind of sucks, but it's not like you guys could help it. Who would have thought that the distortion would kill its own inflection point? Hello, it's BEFORE. You were saying that last time, and I said hi last time. Hi. We knew that the Venge probably would have prepared something to stop it, but... Well, for the LCD and team to investigate. All in, the mission was a success since you managed to eradicate distortion from NCORP, not to mention satisfying our client. Also, as I look towards Engdu and Kim with a light on the truck, clearly less concerned than she had been earlier. Now I finally know why you've been disappearing on your own without letting us know. Glad you don't seem to have any more reasons to, though, so that's all good. Hey, that's the real win of this mission in my book. Phew! The point is, we did it! We did the thing, it's done. Gosh, swear I'm never doing one of these without a team lead ever again. Seriously, I got this close to losing it more than a few times. Shut them in, fair enough. It seems that's the responsibility of looking after the LCD units is to keep their stress and high strung through the missions. I hadn't noticed, but Bros had finally relaxed, being with a chipper ASI. No, I'm more familiar with it. Thus, I shall not abide, but more of your indolence. You will now join us on mission and task us your experience dead understood, master. And do, would you mind releasing me your hems off the sleeve, or I wouldn't give the line down and pass out right about now. The Royal Motion Cube's voice had likewise faded, but Engdu's voice no longer bobbed as had been the father's. It seems like the two went back in the more relaxed selves I knew. Guess who the reflections? Well, I guess I know. It's of yours bamboo-headed shin. Can see how more relaxed for him though, because he's been always been, at least from what I've seen in any case. Fine, you're released. Phew, you've given me a good, handshake. I don't feel so good. Say, dude, I'm afraid I've gone overboard with upgrading your arm. With your hand released, allow me to reiterate that. Stop! Ricardo again. Mudfats pieces of wrench to bicker. Is everyone doing okay? Yeah, executive manager. Of course, I've only suffered minor injuries. They do not require you to go to the trouble of reminding the clock. I think I'm gonna store it. Nope! We already had a distortion. Hang on, mate. I've got this kid's shoulder. Popped it right back for you. Allow me. I've taken some injuries in the field. Yeah, guess what happened last time we did do this? You would have made bloody arm the wrong way and I turned my bones to shoulder little chips. Don't sweat it, I can rewind that. By now, I've gotten used to the power of pain reminding severe injuries. I just look at shoulder shouldn't be a big deal. I've fought to us the clarification of dog world, yeah? Does the recall us be better than the pinframe team? The force of taking telecovers on us? And? Are those the ones we sent to capture the ones who had violated the taboo for Sooth? As if we stood in the path, there's no mystery that we have to come to blows, yet I find this to be most perplexing. Wherefore did they take so many photographs of us? Maybe they were taking photographs to report the locations. We could just here booing and call, mean they can't start security cameras here. The only option for keeping consistent record when tracking us in, feeling right now. Well, shit, it's very warm. Go lay down in the ice tub. The wind's cold water yet. That was positive for Sooth. I will calculate for a certain point that they have become focused with the new obsession. Oh, hey, sounds like Christmas most out. Given often enough the right information most of probably in this mission, I think I've gotten enough practice to face my own question right away and probably answer any fun. Couldn't get up time with your judgment on the matters, but it seems we have a near photographic memory of what you have seen. So, do you remember how many pictures of the income stuff took? I do, 56 times. That's a lot of pictures. Do you remember the exact number of times they shot us? I do. Lesson learned, don't try to for as long as possible. No, don't do that. Not without training. Did you get a chance to see which one of them was taken? I did. Oh, who is it? Is it me? No, it wasn't you. It was me. Huh? But why? I mean, what's the most likely reason that it was you? What the heck? In co-op. Oh, dang it. There because of some range of cues. Listen here, we had to consider version C. Said the skirmish was what got the combating the combat portion. Limbus Corporation provides customer damage compensation program in case of such a foreseen. First, yes, we fully understand the circumstances surrounding the battle and we intend to submit an expeditious request for damage compensation as you have recommended. But we are here on different business, so if you would be so kind as let us speak. Different business? They are here to arrest me, Ranger. Hold on, Mercer, let him hear out. Wait, what? Mercer did not resist. You had passed him and joined you. Please confirm that you're Mercer, formerly one who nails, and a former member of the maintenance and management team at the Grand Magazine Sissipe headquarters. Confirmed. By the decree of the Giants, you have been expelled from Ancorp, but a prison month is penalty for compliance. Pursuant to Section 12 of the eviction regulations, you have been informed that the remaining Ancorp district from under 6,000 may subject to immediate arrest. Please confirm the memory pertaining to the above incident has not been expunged, and you are not of some matter currently confirmed. Very well. Then, keeping with the regulations, I will notify you and are subject to arrest and transport. Please bind your bag and release of no resistance. I am required to inform you that resistance make further. Wait, stop! But I forget all that. Did you notice what happened, Mersault? I did, Manager. Then why the hell did you won? I was less a question more of a reflex, but didn't you? Why? Right, everyone else did I? You did not. I'd say you should have won this way earlier, but there's just room for you to go forward, right? Yes, I would. Stop it now custody. For this moment onward, you consider striking will conscript the incorporated for your trial. First of you, would the organization the suspect is part of? That's your ass. What in the bloody hell do you think you are? Isn't that the one girl from the Distortion Detective? It is, in fact, the one girl from the Distortion Detective. She comes back in Limbus company later. I know that I'm mumbling because I want to go to bed. Heathcliff, you're about to enter as a wing. In the absence of unreasonable justifiable cause such a contract, engaging in a battle with the immensity corporate entities is strongly discouraged. Yeah, and we're supposed to turn off. Farms wanted to drag you away. This must be another piece of information they neglected to tell me. Another development that was set in stone. Despite a collected explanation, I could tell this was not a pleasant situation for Faust either. As she was sending an uncomfortable glance at Incorp's employees. So where are you taking him? A retrial will be scheduled for the execution of the excellent sentences. They played dispassionately as they took myself in custody. We looked back at them, not knowing what to do or say. After the sun clicked as 1,000 deals. Mercer on Kaf's case, there was an expression that would not have seemed out of place on an ordinary day. I mean, we could just resurrect him. Duh. Woof woof. Hi. Like, this is, she probably just thinks, yeah, just kill me and resurrect me outside, would ya? And to be fair, yeah. We should probably just do that. Getting malcoofed for the next developed part of the content. That also works. Man, she's so hot. Just look at her. My girl fell Rodion. My never got pregnant Rodion. seems so fucking cool. Often brush at 5,000 again. Fair enough. Okay, so no, we're reading. Yes, no. I need to actually go to. I'm so sorry. I am genuinely just so tired because of the heat. I literally have energy for 20 minutes, and that's it. So I'm going to go. I'm from business of the law. The city looks like January 7 more like a measure of real world desires. That's because it is. Now go the fuck to sleep. Yes. Good night, everyone. Sleep well. Hugs. And by the way, that's because it is. But it was the same in LORP Co-op. It's just LOR played in one wing. So that's why it looked like Victorian London. Anyway, see you next time. Good night, everyone. Rent farewell to all of you. Did you see the pictures I sent? Not yet. Tag me in them, please. So I could see them again. Anyway, I'm going to sleep now. Good night. Don't melt. I'm already melted. Peace.